Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on the Ordinary Boy Boxing channel. Now in today's video, this is going to be my review of the fight that went down on the 1st of April, so last night for me. It was a heavyweight contest between Anthony Joshua and Jermaine Franklin. The fight went down at the O2 Arena in London. So going into the fight, Jermaine Franklin notably fought Dillian Whyte in his last fight. He lost that fight on points. The review of that fight is up on the channel if you want to check that out. In short, I felt Dillian Whyte did do enough to beat Jermaine Franklin, but it was a lacklustre performance from Dillian Whyte in my opinion, and Jermaine Franklin did better than kind of a lot of people anticipated him to do. However, I did think Jermaine Franklin lost on points. As for Anthony Joshua, coming off two back-to-back defeats against Alexander Usyk. The first time he lost his unified championships. The second time he had a rematch to try to regain them. He lost again. Both of those fights he lost on points. From memory, the last out with Usyk, I think he lost on split decision. I felt like he lost on unanimous decision. So this was a very much a building Anthony Joshua back up kind of fight. I felt like this was a fight to make Anthony Joshua look good, and then they could kind of try and rebuild his confidence and rebuild interest in a mega fight with someone like Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. I did do a prediction on the fight that's up on the channel. In short, I felt that Anthony Joshua would win, but it would be on points in quite a lacklustre display. I felt like he'd be very gun shy and scared to go kind of for the knockout. And that's pretty much what happened. I don't want to blow my own horn, but I think I got the prediction pretty bang on. Usually what I've done in the past is I score each round. I'm not going to do it with this fight. I'm trying to just change the way I kind of do these review videos a little bit. I had Anthony Joshua winning, I think from memory, from last night. I think I had him winning by 4 rounds. So I had him comfortably winning. However, it wasn't a comfortable fight to watch. There were times at the beginning of the fight, especially where Joshua was very, very hesitant. He was doing what he did against Usyk, where he stands there and just watches what the other opponent's doing. Which makes me think if he fought Tyson Fury, he wouldn't have a hope in hell, because Tyson Fury does that to the best opponents. Joshua seems to be hypnotised by someone like Jermaine Franklin. It's not a good look. He was scared to exchange, I think, was the main point I took from that fight. I did though have Joshua winning. He's a better fighter than Franklin, so it was enough of a gap in class that he could still win that and be poor. But I don't think it's done anything for his credibility or his image particularly. There was no signs of that killer instinct that we had seen from Joshua in the early stages of his career. He came in very, very heavy as well, and that was a bit of a worry. Would he tire? He didn't seem to tire like he has in other fights, but he's not learning his lesson again from coming in heavy. He made these mistakes in the past. As for Franklin, I think Franklin will look at this as an opportunity missed. I think Joshua was there for the taking last night, I do. Joshua was very, very worried about getting knocked out. You could tell he didn't want to exchange with Jermaine Franklin at all. I felt like, and I don't know about you guys, but I felt like Jermaine Franklin had studied a lot of what Andy Ruiz did well in that first fight. If you notice, during the fight last night between Joshua and Franklin, every time Joshua caught Franklin with a punch, Franklin will come back with a flurry and try and catch Joshua, and that's exactly what Ruiz did successfully in the first fight. So yeah, Joshua won on points. And mentioned Tyson Fury. To me, that's not even close. I think we are now seeing the end of Joshua's career. I really do. He still brings in money, but nowhere near what he did. You know, if this had been 4 years ago, him versus Jermaine Franklin would have sold out the O2 within seconds, and the fight would not have gone past 4 rounds. Now he's fighting Franklin, and they really struggled to sell this arena out, and he went the distance in a really lackluster performance. So you can see the difference with Joshua. I will have a quick word on Franklin of where he goes next. You know, although he's lost to Dillian Whyte and now Joshua, he's now made himself become a name. So I think bigger name heavyweights will want to fight him because they can almost look good against him. So, you know, if I was a heavyweight coming up, I would think if I fight Jermaine Franklin and I knock him out, then I've done something that Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua couldn't do. So it will raise my stock. So I don't think he'll be short of fights, and he's now become a much more known name after the 2 fights with Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua. As for Anthony Joshua, I think we'll probably get Dillian Whyte next. I will do a prediction on that if that got announced. I still kind of edge it to Joshua because Dillian Whyte is nowhere near what he was either. But something's missing with Joshua, and it's not going to come back, and that's confidence. He looked at times like he didn't want to be there. He looked confused. He looked uncomfortable. And this was against Jermaine Franklin. What is he going to be like against a Deontay Wilder or a Joe Joyce? So yeah, unfortunately, it was a very, very lackluster performance. This fight was people expected Joshua to knock this man out, a show real knockout. You call Fury out after, and you know it sells itself. Don't get me wrong, if Fury does take that Joshua fight, it will still sell loads. It'll be a massive event, but I don't think there's going to be many people after last night that are picking Joshua to beat Tyson Fury. I really don't. Do let me know in the comments below what you thought of the fight. What did you think of Joshua? How do you think he looked? What do you think he would be better having another fight soonish against a lower level opposition just to try and get that confidence back again? Or do you think Joshua's coming to the end of the road? Do let me know in the comments below. Also, this is Joshua's 3rd trainer in as many fights. And a strange choice in trainer as well. I don't know what the thinking was behind that particularly. But again, do let me know in the comments below what you think of the trainer situation. So we'll see what happens next. Joshua will have another fight. But I will be interested to see what it is. As I said, if I had to guess, I'd say Dillian Whyte. Not got a lot of interest in that fight. But that's probably the best option for him of the heavyweights that are going to generate money. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, then please give this video a like. And I shall see you all in the next video.